I was in the FBI for about 8.5 years. Loved being an FBI agent. It was my dream job. I was doing a variety of investigative work, primarily white-collar crime, but I certainly was chasing bank robbers and fugitives along the way, too. And then I was approached by another former FBI agent. I was being asked to leave my dream job and go do what was then a burgeoning field of forensic accounting. I realized, even at that fairly young age, that that really is where the profession is going. It appealed to me. I could still use the same investigative skills that I learned at the FBI Academy, and I applied as an FBI agent into my new career as a forensic accountant or investigative accountant. I think when I used forensic before, they're thinking of forensic pathologist or something like that, digging up dead bodies.
It's not just about the numbers, it's about the facts and the stories behind the numbers.
We are accounting and financial professionals who work with attorneys in civil litigation matters.
If there's litigation going on and the attorneys need help with the financial aspects of it, then they'll come to us as forensic accountants to dig into the financial documents, provide summaries, give direction, or even expert testimony in court.
You're not just there saying, this is the calculation I did, but you're really telling the story with the numbers. You're saying, this is what the numbers say, this is what they mean, and you're not telling that to your buddies that also studied accounting. They already know what it means. You're telling it to the trier of fact. You're telling it to the judge. You're telling it to the lawyers who have less experience in this area. And so you're really a teacher in everything that you do every day.
The accountant distills all of that evidentiary information and testifies in court in a way that makes the jury understand all of those difficult mathematics and justifies each lawyer's demand for damages.
Really, the hook was they described the types of cases they worked on. And it could be anything from a movie production that has gone off the rails and costs have wildly exceeded the budget, and now the studio is suing some other parties. So it's digging into the financial arrangement there and where money was spent, to trademark or trade secret infringement, between two toy companies, something like that.
Internal company investigations. Somebody thinks there may be money missing in their business, so they hire a forensic accountant, give them bank records, general ledger, credit card statements, and they may say to you, I suspect this department or somebody in this department may be at fault here. Can you help us trace this cash? Where is there cash going out the door that shouldn't be? Are these legitimate expenses? Are these real vendors? Can you help us get to the bottom of whether there's a problem in our department or not?
Civil work typically involves somebody suing somebody else. Could be a divorce, could be a partnership disagreement. So writing and written communication is probably of the utmost importance, but as well, verbal communication. Being able to explain something in a simple way, a very complex accounting subject in a simple enough manner that the jury will understand.
Forensic accounting actually found me. I didn't know what I wanted to do after graduation with my math degree, and there was an opportunity presented to me to intern at a forensic accounting firm. So I interned at a forensic accounting firm during my last semester of college, and I genuinely enjoyed the work and discovered that this is what I wanted to do after graduation.
In school, all you hear about is audit and tax. And ultimately, doing that tax internship, I decided I couldn't be that tax accountant I went to school to be. And so I started looking at other options. I was like, do I need to switch my majors? And ultimately, I had a good career advisor who mentioned forensic accounting. I went to a presentation, and after that presentation, I went up to the presenter and I said, I want a job in forensic accounting. And I guess the rest is history.
And I discovered that forensic accounting isn't only for accounting majors, it's for finance majors, for econ majors, math majors.
That was biology major in undergrad. And moving through it, I realized that I didn't want to go into research. But I still liked the nature of biology, learning something every day. and applying rules to a problem. And I really found that in accounting. I found that even more in forensic accounting. And that's really what brought me here.
One thing I love is the variety, especially in a field like accounting. There's various career options that get fairly stuck in the rut. You're doing the same thing day in and day out. And that doesn't happen in forensic accounting. I've always got many cases going on. I've got different projects involving different types of businesses and different type of industries. In any given day, I'm learning about anything from footwear to bioengineering to fashion, and that variety is something that I really love.
No two cases are alike, but they all, over time, have patterns, which also makes it very interesting.
I'm probably working on 6 to 10 active cases at any one time. Counsel can call me at any time. I can get calls on new cases at any time. And then what I find in these cases will never be what I expect.
I would recommend forensic accounting as a career for anyone who loves puzzles. We don't always get all the relevant facts and information we may need, and we need to do our work to be able to find anything that is missing or confirm that nothing is missing.
If something doesn't look right, maybe it isn't right. If this is a real transaction, what would I expect to see?
Communication skills are extremely important in forensic accounting.
Maybe you wrote a 100-page report and you're trying to explain it to someone that doesn't understand accounting in 15 minutes.
You need to be able to communicate to your team within your office. You need to be able to communicate with the client on the work you are doing, and you also need to be able to communicate with the attorney on the case.
Interestingly enough, creativity is a major factor. I think creativity and communication go together because I use creativity to get my message across to my reader, because I'm always envisioning the graphics, and I'm very big on demonstrative displays, 3 lines, 3 columns, and a few words that highlight the concise meaning of something.
The best forensic accountants, when they're testifying at trial, are able to speak in a very simple manner to lay jurors. Many of those jurors don't have any idea of how to analyze the economics of a situation. So the accountant is actually a teacher. They're teaching accounting, basic accounting principles, and applying all of the evidence about the economics to those principles in order to help assess what appropriate damages might be awarded.
You're going to be digging through documents, you're going to be packaging together information, and you're going to need to be able to communicate that information to the end audience, whether that's a judge, a jury, maybe an executive team at a company if you're doing internal investigation.
You end up kind of carving your own path forward and finding what it is that you can create as like your own specialty in forensic accounting, but how to actually make that happen for yourself is something that's very difficult to do on your own. So having a mentor kind of help highlight, what you're most gifted at and help you figure out how to actually proceed in pulling cases and perform the work that you're good at is invaluable in this industry.
Go work at a big firm for a couple of years, whether that's audit, whether that's tax, get some general accounting knowledge. Those skills are going to be directly transferable to what you're doing as a forensic accountant. So I think that's a great way to start.
Internships are extremely important in showing you the work you enjoy doing, but equally as important is showing you the work you dislike so you have an idea of what you want to do once you graduate.
Networking is also another way. Go to CalCPA Forensic Services section events. Meet some of the experts in the field. And so when an internship opportunity comes available, your name pops straight up to the list. They'll go, oh, I met this student. Let me check and see if they're interested or if they're available.
Forensic accounting is fascinating. It's exciting. It's interesting. It's creative, and it gives you an opportunity to take your skills that are wonderful, I'll say, within you, and provide it to others and do a service to the community, to the legal system, to the people you represent, and to yourself. because it's a wonderful way to make a living. And if you're good at it and honest and forward on it, you can do really well. It's fascinating.
If you happen to notice that you want just a little bit more than just crunching numbers, staying within the lines, coloring within the lines, so to speak, I find that forensic accounting can be a really good fit because it allows you a lot more freedom and a lot more authority over your work, and also a lot more creative expression.
You will find that your niche will end up choosing you. Try some different things and see what feels like this is where I want to swim in for a while. I did not necessarily choose this career. I got invited to participate and then realized I'm home.